back to Great Dates, Thursday, 14th of May. Thursdays mean we have a visit from our friend Sheree Clark from Fork in the Road. And last week she gave us tips on how to navigate around farmers market, which was kind of cool. But today she's going to show us how to actually eat those healthy vegetables that you pick up maybe at farmer's market or something like this. You better pull a rabbit out of the hat, young lady.
Well,
see what you're going to do here.
You know, it doesn't do us any good to buy them, put them in the cart, put them in the fridge, and then say, okay, we did it.
Yeah,
you know,
right. Is that all you have to do?
No, there's one more step to the process.
What, eat it?
Yeah, sorry.
But make it interesting so you don't feel like, oh, I got to eat another raw carrot today or something like that.
Exactly. Not only make it interesting, but be thoughtful about what it is we're doing to prep it, because we can start with vegetables and add a whole bunch of stuff to it, and then suddenly what was once healthy has now turned into a
You're
debacle.
defeating the purpose, because people are like, I'm eating lettuce, so obviously even if I put a bunch of stuff on it, it's still going to be healthy.
Exactly, and that's exactly where I'm going with this, because what we're going to be doing is thinking about how we enhance vegetables. The best way in the world to eat it. And if you remember when you were younger, maybe this was the case with you. I grew up in upstate New York, and my family would grow tomatoes and some other vegetables. You could go out into the field, pick a tomato off the vine, still warm, bite right into it like it was an apple, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
Some of my family members, this is kind of, maybe your family is the same way. My father's side of the family put sugar on tomatoes, and my mother's side of the family put salt on tomatoes.
So
Really?
yeah, salt and pepper.
I put salt on pretty much everything.
Well, yeah, you do. I slice up a fresh tomato from the farmer's market, throw salt on it, and
it's all it needs.
Amazing.
And there were some people that do that, and same thing with watermelon. So all it takes is a little bit of an enhancement. So let's take something like a breakfast radish, which is what I brought you today.
A what?
breakfast
A
radish.
breakfast radish.
What in the world is a breakfast?
It's a radish you eat at breakfast.
You could.
I mean, it's cute. It's pink.
It's darling. They're long and kind of elongated thin. These are from Larry Cleverly. He's got a great stand. He's wonderful.
Dirt Farmer Larry.
Yes, Dirt Farmer Larry. He does a great job. And so he's got these gorgeous radishes, and there's other vendors, of course, that have them too, but I brought you some of his. What I want you to do is take a little bit of the butter. Yes.
This is just butter.
Butter. It's just butter.
Butter.
A little bit softened butter.
Butter.
Put that on
ranch.
there. And then you're going to add a little bit of, I brought smoked salt today, a little smoked sea salt. You could use regular salt if you wanted, and just sprinkle that on there. You can try it with just the butter if you want to. Regular salt will work. Truffle salt is also lovely on there. But I wanted to, like be advanced here.
I love smoked salt.
It's so good.
It's brought my salt game way up.
Hey, hang on a second. Let me get this ready for Jason.
Yeah, that's right.
Sit down.
Here you go, Parker.
Just don't double dip on my salt there, buddy.
Criminy.
No, here's the line. Here's the
But putting butter on our vegetables is helping?
You're not putting a whole lot of butter on your vegetables.
Okay.
And
just a little.
And remember that the butter that I use, this is actually technically ghee, which isn't butter. It's clarified butter. Okay. So it's organic. It's not margarine.
Okay, it's not butter. It's what?
It's ghee, which is clarified butter. So it's when butter is melted and the liquids rise to the top, what's left below is the milk solids, and that's what we have. So you're separating the two.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's delicious. Isn't that lovely?
It's really good.
And it makes, even if you're not a radish lover,
Which I'm not, but it doesn't taste what I consider a radish-like.
It's very different. Yeah, it's good.
It's very nice.
The salt's good.
So that's the simplest way to go. There's no real preparation. You put a little butter, you put a little salt. It's bada bing, you're done.
Okay.
A lot of people will eat salads, and they'll buy a salad dressing at the store. So what I did yesterday in preparation for today's segment was I went to the store and bought the dressing that looked to be the most popular.
Yes.
I went to Price Chopper and I looked on the shelf and I looked to see which was gone the most.
Sure.
So I got the last bottle of this light ranch dressing made by a national manufacturer.
Right.
And the ingredient label, I will not read the whole thing because we don't have enough time.
Right.
But I start with water, so far so good.
Okay, it's a good start.
The second ingredient is corn syrup.
Sugar.
Right, and probably genetically modified because a lot of corn is, and it's not organic. Third ingredient is soybean oil, which is almost certainly genetically modified. Then we've got vinegar, egg yolks. If you're vegan, you don't want to do that. Salt. Modified food starch, sugar, the list goes on. There's also artificial flavoring, artificial coloring, preservatives, and so forth. There's a lot of junk in here. Sure, it's only 70 calories. It might taste good, but you've already destroyed the beauty that you've done at this farmer's market by buying all these vegetables. So what can we do instead? Simple, easy way. We've all heard of oil and vinegar.
Right.
I bought these at Von Foss.
And they have some amazing oils.
Oh, it's awesome. This is champagne white vinegar, $1.69. Inexpensive. You can buy tiny little containers of it. What I liked about this was I went in and I said, I want to do oil and vinegar, but I don't want oil and vinegar. I don't want olive oil and apple cider vinegar or plain Heinz vinegar. I want to do something a little bit more advanced, but I don't want to fight with the vegetables. So they suggested the champagne, and then this is a hazelnut oil. Awesome together. They go beautifully.
Pepper.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
So something as simple as that. Then if we want to go up the next step, we can make our own salad dressings. But what I want to do is tell you also, you can eat it not just for dinner or for snacking, but this is what I would suggest you could do for lunch. This container, I love this container. Looky here.
Tupperware deal there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Oh, the raw asparagus is awesome.
Yes, we've got them, and we've got them separated into little areas. Then the dip or dressing can go right in the center. So I'll let you go ahead and take a sample of that.
So you made this.
I made this, and the main ingredient in this there's no egg yolks, there's no soy oil.
Put a little sauce in there.
This is how you do it.
Knock yourself out.
We've had this before. This is how, if you go to Sheree's house, this is how you do it, okay?
That's right.
There you go.
Exactly. You can stick your thumb in there. It's so good. Yeah. But then don't double dip. So the star ingredient in that is tahini, which we've used on the show before.
Yep.
Right.
And it's simply sesame seed. It's like peanuts are to peanut butter, as sesame seeds are to tahini.
That's great.
It becomes the base, and isn't
awesome.
that great? It's got a little hint of sweetness. I put a little bit of agave, which is a plant-based sweetener. If you don't want to use agave, and some people don't like agave, you can substitute maple syrup. You could use honey. You could skip that altogether. It wouldn't be sweet. And so we could do a savory version also. You can do the other end of your...
Can you just make us like a gallon of
There
this?
you go.
Isn't that lovely?
You could market that, Sheree.
It's wonderful. And
No, I'm serious. You could sell that at Farmer's Market.
You should be selling it from
You should sell that dip at Farmer's Market.
I'm down shopping at Farmer's Market, people. I don't want to be down there selling things and chained to a booth. No
I'd buy
way.
your stuff.
What is this one now?
That one's a savory version. That one's got some orange juice. I used some Von Foss's blueberry balsamic vinegar in there. So it's not as sweet. It's probably not as great to taste after the sweet because it's going to be, there's a little bit of a tang to it.
That one trumps it.
Yeah. This one, but some people don't like sweet in their dressings. So, so the whole point here is be thoughtful when you buy those fruits and vegetables. Just think of a little thing. It could be something as simple as making your own dressing, making a dip. Do something like that, and then those vegetables in your crisper drawer will not go to waste. You've got something to do with them. It doesn't have to be a fancy dish. You don't have to go hog wild. You can just simply eat them as they are.
Can they go to your website and find some of these recipes
They
by
can,
chance?
and they can also email if there's something specific or somebody's got a specific question.
Like the good dip over there.
The good dip there, just send me an email to info@fork-road.com and I'm happy to hook you up with it. It's a very simple, it's a 4-ingredient dressing.
I'm going to look for
easy.
these this Saturday morning.
And
What
they're
is it?
called
breakfast.
Breakfast radishes.
Radishes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm
There
going to
you
look
go.
for them.
Wonderful. And the
Very
show's
good,
going to be on
Sheree.
real
Show's
soon?
going to be on real soon, and you can visit me in the meantime to keep up with me at www.fork-road.com.
Or go to Farmer's Market and look for the gal pulling the cart around.
That's right.
It's going to be Sheree. Perfect. Thank you, dear. Good
Very
to
good.
have you
You
here.
bet.
It's
Great.
9:23. We'll be right back.